Hello and welcome to week 7 of NFL Game Picks. I got my man DJ
Seven.
here. I got my man Chris here.
Shalom.
Hopefully, this episode we have audio. No, we have audio. I'm checking it live in the fold.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. But yes, week 6.
6.
Now we're in week 7. I'm talking about week 6, so
I
recapping
know.
it real quick.
Week 6. I know. I was just repeating.
Here we go again.
Week 6 was full of blowouts, man.
Blowouts, and then we also have just a bunch of games that were just really close, and it was kind of weird because it was like one per window. Like you had the morning game, obviously the London game, Dolphins versus Jaguars, that was close, and then on top of that you have other games like let's see, we have the 1 o'clock window, Vikings Panthers, 4 o'clock windows, Cowboys Patriots, and then the 2 primetime games, Sunday and Monday. So that was very entertaining. Every other game, pretty much a blowout, which was pretty absurd. What did you think about that, DJ?
It was relaxing seeing as I had a bye week and didn't have to worry about any of that. But honestly, I would rather watch close games because you stick around and it's more entertaining, obviously. You see a team running up the score, nobody cares for that.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that just for the mere fact that when we were watching, I was watching like the Cowboys and the Cowboys game, and dude, like the last like couple minutes in the fourth quarter was just electric, dude, back and forth. Literally, Trayvon Diggs pick six. And
next
play, Kendrick Bourne friggin' takes it to the crib, 76-yard touchdown. Like that was just out of this world. And then obviously, I got my heart broken by the Jacksonville Jaguars and some guy named Matthew Ray. Never heard of him, and then he just comes onto the scene. Yeah, I was just about to say that's
probably
Chris's
is
cousin, guys. Yeah. So you want to tell us more about your cousin, or you want to talk about bad man from
Well,
Green Bay?
Defense was good against Green Bay, but I mean, no, I don't have anything to say about it really. I watched the game.
I think we all did.
So, but the Bills-Titans game was a better game than that one, for sure.
Yeah.
The Bills-Titans game was one of those type of like boxing matches, like just
punch,
counter punch, counter punch, that thing. Like they were just trading blows. And the final call to, do that QB sneak on 4th and 1. I understand it. Yeah, you were trying to win the game out right then and there, but man, you have 3 points pretty much locked in. And then on top of that, you just have what do you call it? There's a chance to tie the game and go into overtime and maybe win it, but like you never know because Derrick Henry in overtime is just like unbeatable.
I like the call, man. I got to see the last few minutes of the third and the rest of the fourth.
Yeah.
And from that point on, the Buffalo Bills couldn't stop a nosebleed.
Yeah.
So you trying to get them, you can either win the game. Yeah. It was better defense by the Titans, in all honesty. It was a good play call. If he wouldn't have slipped, I still don't think he would have got it.
It was that
jump.
and Jeffrey Simmons got him.
The jump he got off of the line was insane. And he was already right there before he even slipped. So it really...
He slipped and Jeffrey Simmons literally pretty much put his arm out there like...
Get over here!
Basically, dude. It was honestly like... It could have gone either way, and it just didn't go the Bills' way. And good for the Titans.
Yeah, Derrick Henry was averaging like over 7 yards a carry that game.
Nice.
He's having a great year.
Yeah,
leading the league.
He averages over 6.5 yards in the fourth quarter alone. That's crazy.
All right. Well,
I mean, he's beating just for rushing, just to add on to it. Like,
he leads.
The next closest person is like almost like 400.
It's yards, a 260 yard.
Away,
it's a 260 yard gap. That is like
really?
Out of this. Yes, because I did it for like the final assignment today, and it was just
it's not that close.
All right, so let's jump into week 7. First and foremost, we have not a very entertaining match. Oh, DJ's yawning. DJ's
don't say that.
Good.
It might be decent.
Well, Chris. Let's lead you off of this one. But yes, this is the Denver Broncos at the Cleveland Browns, the first game of Thursday Night Football.
Now it's actually
week 7. Yeah, now DJ's tired. Now TJ's tired. But Chris, lead this one off because I know you're very passionate about the quarterback involved in this game.
Well, it's going to be 2 backups playing. Start off with that. It'll be Drew Lock and Case Keenum getting the starts. As far as we know, that's what's going to happen. I think Case Keenum's gonna be fine, and I think the Browns are gonna win this one. And plus they still have the run game that's been pretty good this year too. So the second person next to Derrick Henry in rushing right now is Nick Chubb. So,
but he's out, and so is Kareem Hunt.
Is he really? I thought he was questionable.
No,
yeah,
Kareem Hunt,
like literally, like
fantasy.
almost the entire Browns roster is like injured right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was questionable.
Is that affecting your decision? I think Teddy Bridgewater is also out in this game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's what Drew Lock's gonna get to start.
I'm kind of on the fence like you are. I would have to say it's really like you can't go wrong with either one because realistically, like both teams are dealing without having their starting quarterback, and then you throw on the fact that the Browns are just heavily injured.
Yeah,
it leans more and more into the favor of the Broncos for me. But
no Odell and no Jarvis Landry either.
Jarvis Landry may be a game 10 decision.
Jeez.
He hasn't practiced this week yet, so that's what's
I might end up changing this.
Scaring me. Yeah, I'm picking the Broncos, man. The Browns secondary already was banged up, even though they're a top 4 defense in total yards right now. But the Broncos I have more faith in the rest of the Broncos just because they're not hurt. They
go into this game with a way more healthy roster.
Like
the odds are so much more in their favor than it is for the Browns because you're dealing without a lot of key contributors to your offense. I mean, pretty much your 2 good running backs, your top 2 wide receivers, your quarterback, and even though Chris is not a fan of the quarterback, talk about your boy though. Talk about your boy Case Keenum, dog.
Cleveland's still favored, but I don't know. The Broncos beat bad teams so far. They started off 3-0 and then lost the last 3 to decent teams, good teams.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say, but like I feel like the Browns, since everybody is out, I'm probably gonna change my pick to Denver.
Is that a confirmation?
Yeah, I'm changing to Denver just because I feel like they're gonna equate to one of these bad teams that they've already beaten, like the Giants, Jags, and Jets.
This week, the Browns are one of those bad teams, but it's just
just this week.
Yeah. I was just kind of like you, Chris. Like I was like thinking, like, man, the Browns actually have a chance in this game. And then I literally saw on Instagram, I like swiped through like all the injuries and it took up all 10 slides. I'm like, okay, yeah, they're screwed.
Jeez.
Damn, you still got them?
Yeah, I'm still going. I mean, if they could add more slides on Instagram, they probably would have added all the players injured. But
Drew Lock threw a lot of interceptions last year. I'm just saying.
Drew Lock
15
lost the job to Teddy Bridgewater for a reason.
Well, Teddy's not terrible.
No, I'm saying, but he lost the job to Teddy Bridgewater for a reason. Like he just can't perform as well as Teddy Bridgewater can, but still, I haven't heard anything about Case Keenum from you. What's up with that?
I'm not a Case Keenum fan. I'm just not a Baker Mayfield.
Okay,
fan.
But you like.
I don't think Case Keenum is that good.
You say
but
he should be starting. What's up?
Yeah, Baker's. I'm not a fan of Baker.
Hold on. We're just not going to gloss over that. What team should Case Keenum start for?
The Browns.
Over Baker Mayfield. That's what. Yes, DJ, I feel your pain.
Case Keenum is not a bad quarterback.
I'm not even going to argue with you today. I don't have the energy to argue with you.
DJ does not have the strength, and neither do I. So that's why we're going to continue on to the next game, the first game of Sunday. No more London games.
You want me to throw out some Case Keenum stats, man?
No, it took you a while. I asked you like 5 times,
I'm just
and
asking,
it took you a while
man.
to bring
You angered
it up.
the beast, man.
That's all on you, dude.
Speaking of which, he played for Denver.
We're already moved on to the Miami Dolphins and Atlanta slide, so that's what we're doing. But so yes, Atlanta Falcons take on the Miami Dolphins.
3,500 yards.
The Dolphins are on a slide right now. They haven't won since week 1. They're 1-5. And then the Falcons, if I'm not mistaken, their record is 2-3.
Yeah, they're not too much better.
They're
not too much better, but they have a little more hope into their season than the Dolphins currently do. Does that mean I'm picking the Falcons? Hell no, I'm picking the Miami Dolphins, baby. Lock that one in. You just
keep on digging this hole, don't you?
Hey, if I can keep on digging this hole or put myself in the lead by picking the Dolphins, I'll be fine with that. Last week should have been a win. Let's be real. Like, you go against one of the worst teams in the NFL, and then you become one of the worst teams in the NFL, right? And then
you guys were winning too.
but like I was very entertained by the game because it was back and forth. Like I like that kind of drama. I just kind of hate when it's like involving my team.
Exactly.
But the result was just like just the fact that they got that playoff in 4 seconds to get the
crazy.
Yeah, like the fact that they got the
3
first.
seconds.
It was 4th and 8, and they got a first down in 4 seconds. Like that's kind of unprecedented. And to have the time to call a timeout, kick the game when you feel.
I think they thought they were going like deep because nobody was covering that.
Pretty much
10 yards.
Like Urban Meyer after the game was basically saying like, yeah, we were thinking about doing a Hail Mary, and then we're like, oh, let's call sliders, and basically it's just like pretend like you're doing a Hail Mary, and then just like boom, hit them real quick, you know? Because like I mean, all they needed was really 8 yards. They got like 10, so it helped them out.
I think it was 7, but yeah.
No, it was 4th and 8.
Was it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, still should never have caught it. I'm gonna roll with the Dolphins though as well. I just Atlanta, it might. Atlanta really hasn't beat any good teams. Yeah. I think they beat the Jets and I want to say the Giants.
Yes.
I think, but
completely correct.
Yeah, so
and that was a nail biter. The Giants game.
I
just can't wait for the Dolphins to play the Jets. Honestly.
I don't think the Dolphins are as bad as the record shows. To be honest, the Dolphins, like I don't think they're as bad as the record shows. They're not playing good by any means, and the defense is kind of sus lately. But I'm gonna still roll with the Dolphins.
So I'll let DJ say something before I continue my Dolphins epilogue.
This is one of those picks where it's an even pick, and in an even pick, I'll never pick in my division. So I'm picking your Dolphins.
I was about to walk you in for the Falcons, honestly.
The Falcons put up points, but in an even contest like this, it's not like the spread is 2.5. So it's not like I can see it going either way, but I would rather see my bud here.
Yeah, maybe you would cheer up a little. Yeah,
cheer up a little bit. What you talking about, Willis? But yeah, so let me just go real quick. I had some people like hitting me about their game, like Tua's trash. He played horrible. I'm like, dude, like first of all, the reason the Dolphins lost that game is on 4th and 1. You go to your like second or third string running back out of shotgun, so you're 5 yards back already. You hand it off to him on 4th and 1.
The Bears did
when Tua's been throwing the ball good all game, like it was just ridiculous. Like
the Bears did the same thing on 4th and 1. Why are you running a shotgun play if you're gonna run the ball anyway?
Exactly. Like what? So we can throw them off and like bro, you've been throwing the ball all game. Do it. But
it's not even an RPO. It's a designed run for both of these plays that we're talking about. It's like why?
Yeah,
why?
I wish I had a bonehead coach, but I wish I could.
You have an offensive guru, so that works out for you.
Yeah.
But let's go. Let's go to inside your division. Actually, Carolina Panthers at the New York Giants and
football Giants.
I'm gonna make my pick quick because I think the Panthers, even though they haven't been struggling lately, they just are gonna roll in this one.
Same. The Giants are more depleted than the Chiefs are. Not the Chiefs.
What?
The Browns that we were talking about. There, as far as offensive injuries, theirs on the offensive side, not the defensive side, but still, I'm picking the Panthers.
I don't blame you.
Going Panthers too. Yeah. I'm gonna go Panthers as well. Although they, just like the Broncos, have started off 3 wins, dropped the last 3 games. Played decent opponents, I guess. Cowboys and Vikings were pretty decent, but
Cowboys was like a big loss, like in terms of separation of points and stuff. But when you look at everything else, it's literally just they just haven't.
They dominated. The Cowboys dominated,
and then the Vikings. It was just like it went into overtime. Like they almost had a chance to win it,
But yeah, the football Giants over there aren't very good, so I'm gonna roll with the Panthers.
Same.
Especially if you don't have Saquon Barkley, Kenny Golladay, or possibly Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones played last game.
Did you see his ankle, Barkley?
Dude,
ankle? It was disgusting, dude.
It was like this. It was like this freaking.
It was
immediately like he took off his shoes.
Yeah,
dude, he took off his cleats and it was
off. No, you're not supposed to do that, but it was probably bad enough so he wasn't gonna play anymore.
Yeah, exactly. But like, guys, rule number 1 is if you ever roll your ankle,
don't take the shoe.
Don't take off the shoe, especially if they're high tops. Do not take them off. But obviously, in Saquon's situation, like you said, he's probably like in that situation that like yeah, I'm probably not gonna play the rest of this game. Let me just take him off. But
Yeah.
you can't really blame him for doing that. But man, it was like super quick. Like it was just like he's like stretching out his leg and then boom, just tweaks it real fast. This one is an AFC North matchup. On this next game, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens. Cincinnati has been one of those surprise teams this season. They're 4-2, and then the Ravens are kind of who we expected them to be. They're 5-1, but it's quite a shocker following like all the injuries they had in the running back and losing Marcus Peters very early on in the leading up to the season. But
losing your offensive tackles on both sides of the ball, your left and right, I meant. But yeah.
This is actually like a pretty hard game for me to pick, honestly, because I think the Bengals are trending upward at the moment.
Yeah.
But, the Ravens, even though they didn't have a crazy offensive game last week, they had a really good defensive game. So that's something to consider.
That's all the more reason why I'm not picking against the Ravens again and making sure they get their due diligence. The Bengals also are banged up a little bit on the defensive front. They don't know if Hendrickson is playing or that Topu, or however you say his name.
Yeah.
But they're out, a couple players questionable. And plus, yeah, like you said, the Ravens defense stepped up last week and
slowed down. Probably, I wouldn't call him MVP candidate, but like a real like top contending MVP candidate.
Mike Williams, Marlon Humphrey was clamping up.
Yeah, I was saying Josh Allen.
What'd you say?
I said Josh Allen. I meant to say Justin Herbert.
Oh.
Who you picking, Chris?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cincy actually. Although Baltimore, after losing the first game, has won the last 5. The interesting thing about the Bengals is they've already played our entire conference, which is kind of crazy.
I noticed that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So they beat the Lions and the Vikings and lost to the Bears and the Packers. I thought it was just kind of interesting little fact there, but they've been pretty good, and I think Joe Burrow is a winning quarterback. Like I feel like he's gonna turn that place around.
To the Packers.
Huh?
I was just thinking like about the game, and like that was a game that could have won either way too.
Yeah, it was the guy missed a field goal. That was that field goal game where they were both missing field goals and all that. But yeah, I'm rolling with Cincy in this one. Although it's gonna be a good game, I think it could go either way.
Yeah, I going into going into this game, like I was just like, I'm not too sure yet because like I've been high on the Bengals lately. Have I been picking them? Not so much, just for the mere fact that they're the Bengals and what can go wrong probably will go wrong, but
might be changed, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like things are probably changing now for these Bengals, and I'm happy for them because they've been bad
like our whole lives almost.
They haven't. I wouldn't say they've been bad. They've been making playoffs and stuff, but then they get first round every time.
Andy Dalton has not.
But I mean, out of probably like 15 years or more, I've been watching football. The Bengals have made the playoffs like 3 times, I think.
No, way more.
Well, actually, you're right. When Ocho Cinco was there,
they probably made it half of the time. They made it probably.
Kuzmanzada.
They've had good teams. It just hasn't resulted in them having success when it comes to that time. That's why I'm picking the Ravens, just for the mere fact that they have that experience. Palmer. Yeah, Carson Palmer's pretty good.
Trying to think of his
name. But yeah, they've had the more so success, and it does carry into each and every year because more experience, more success. Yeah, you have as a franchise. Obviously, just I don't know. It's just something about that like helps teams like win games, in my opinion. But next we have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Tennessee Titans. This game is pretty interesting now that the Chiefs have kind of gotten back on their roll. They faced the Washington football team. Were able to definitely get a win, but the Titans come off, I think, an even bigger win against the Buffalo Bills, who beat the Kansas City Chiefs a week ago. So, what do you think about this game, Chris?
I'm gonna go with the Titans, actually. Although I've said how much I like the Chiefs and how good I think the Chiefs are.
You can't bet against the Chiefs 2 weeks in a row. My name is Chris.
I took them last week.
You didn't take Washington.
I didn't take Washington.
I know, I'm fucking.
But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna roll with the Titans. Just I don't think they can stop Derrick Henry, man. If he runs for 200 yards, like he's almost averaging right now.
Yeah, he's averaging between 100 something to like 112.
It's crazy.
Like,
yeah,
that's so crazy.
It's crazy. And I don't know, Tannehill plays good against the Chiefs, I feel like. So I'm going to roll with the Titans in this one. Although, like I said last game, it's going to be a good game probably. Close game.
DJ, what about you?
Question for Chris. Who's stopping the Chiefs offense as far as slowing down Big Kelsey? Yeah. You know, you made a good point about Derrick Henry, but I like the Chiefs offense a little better.
Yeah.
Their defenses. Yeah, it's not like their defenses are
the defense
miles
is definitely
apart.
the Achilles heel for the Chiefs.
Though. Yeah. But no, what I'm saying is it's not like the Titans defense and the Chiefs defense are light years apart. The Titans don't have a top tier defense. They have a middle of the pack towards the end of the pack defense if you're looking at their stats right now. So,
yeah, plus the wide receivers are kind of banged up there too, so you never know, but I'm still going to roll with the Titans.
Nice. Yeah. DJ, can I lock you in for...
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm picking the Chiefs.
Nice. For myself, tough one. I think both of these teams are really good. Definitely have like AFC championship contender type of energy about them. Obviously, Chiefs have been in 3 consecutive... 2.
Wait a minute. The Chiefs' defense is worse than the Titans' defense right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying
that's
that,
because
but
of
I'm
Sorensen.
saying,
I know.
Yeah, like it's not like they're too much.
That's because of Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah, I was gonna say that right now, man. I had to look that up to make sure before I said it, but
I wasn't saying like the Chiefs' defense is better than the Titans. I'm saying the Titans' defense isn't too much better.
I know.
Yeah. So for myself, I really agree with you. Like, man, that Chiefs offense is just insane. They do have an injury with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, so that's definitely a setback for them. You know, I wouldn't say that he's one of the biggest contributors to that team, but he's definitely he's gonna be missed on that offense because he can make some plays.
He can, bro, but just a rebuttal real quick. He's as a fan of Edwards-Helaire, he's not producing the same thing. Like, it's not what he's doing now. Although he has made some plays, it's not like what the Chiefs weren't missing before they drafted.
Exactly.
So
you're not gonna mention the backup?
Yeah, he came from LSU too, Mr. Damian Williams. But you know,
no, Darrell Williams.
Darrell, yeah. I don't know why I keep saying
but he's not terrible. So
he's all right. But then you also have probably one of the best running backs you could probably say ever, but definitely of our time right now. Derrick Henry is one of the best pure running backs, like running the ball.
But yeah,
come on, dude. You can't tackle him. You can't catch up to him. He's one of the fastest.
You didn't think he's that fast, bro?
Yeah.
Like open field.
As far
as once he hits his stride, it's insane,
like
bro.
Primes,
he's just blowing
like Primes. Yeah, he's probably.
Is he in his prime right now?
Yeah, I think so. Like Primes, like ranking Primes, he's probably up there in the conversation for sure. But like,
you
if
still
he
can't
keeps this
count
up,
like
he might be up there in conversation as best ever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I know if he keeps it up,
but then again, we got to take into effect the extra year, like the skewed stats with the extra game. So. You can never had a 2,000-yard rusher before, but a guy like Derrick Henry, all he needed was what?
16.
Like, so yeah.
15. Did he miss a game? Or did he play all? I don't remember, but still.
But let me get into this point real quick. So when we rank just purely this offense, let's not talk about the defense or either team real quick. Offense. Quarterback, you're obviously going to go with the Chiefs for Patrick Mahomes over Tannehill. Even though I think Tannehill has been a pretty good facilitator for that offense. I wouldn't say he's been groundbreaking, but he's definitely a good facilitator. Then running back, obviously you're going to go Derrick Henry. Wide receiver 1, Julio Jones versus, would you put Tyreek Hill as wide receiver 1?
Yeah.
I mean, he is by default, yeah.
I think that one's a draw because there's different factors between the two that you can't really say oh, just because Tyreek Hill is really fast, he's going to better. Or you can't say just because Julio Jones is just an incredible wide receiver, just incredible talent, you can't just say he's just better than him.
He's a freak of nature too, but look at, and another thing, this is coming from a Saints fan. Julio Jones missed damn near half the seasons and still put up 16, 15,
did you see the
1,300 receiving yards, bro.
Did you see the catch he did off of Micah Hyde on Monday?
Yeah.
Dude, Tannehill's getting chased out of the pocket. He just throws one up to
crazy.
Jones. And then Micah Hyde's like this, trying to block him from catching it. And then Julio's like that. Bounces off of Micah Hyde's head. Goes over here. like grabs it like that, and like as he's dragging his toe, from going out of bounds. It was just like you said, freak of nature. Tight end, I would definitely give the edge to the Chiefs. So like it's just really close.
Also, real quick,
go ahead. I really like how we're talking a lot about this game, but I think this is a really good game.
Getting back to the rushing game, in the same amount of years, right now, Ezekiel Elliott has more yards than Derrick Henry does.
Running or
rushing?
Golfers?
Just rushing.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. I'm looking at it right now.
Dude, the next closest guy is Nick Chubb, and it's 260 yard gap rushing wise.
No, not this season. Since they came into the league at the same time. Okay. In the same amount of time, he has more rushing yards. That's crazy.
Kind of wild.
You wouldn't think that because he's had some bad games.
Well,
I would think it more so for Zeke tailing off the last 2 years. Like when he first got drafted, that O line was so beautiful. You could put one of us three behind there, and
we could have got at least 50 yards.
Yeah, so he definitely had it, but that's kind of crazy. Now that you say that, man, to think about where he could be if he didn't sort of slack off. But that's a story for
because he started off really good. Overall, really good.
Yeah, I think one thing that has been a big I'm getting to that. One thing that has been a big contribution to Henry's like recent success is that they've built the team around him. And Vrabel understands run the damn ball, especially with Henry. Like, come on, dude, you have like one of the best running backs in the NFL right now, and if you just feed him the ball, make play action plays, like the team will work itself out. It'll figure itself out. That's why I think I'm gonna go with the Titans, just for the mere fact that Derrick Henry is the only reason I'm picking the Titans, because he's just out of this world.
Make sure when you stay in last place, you call up Derrick Henry and tell him he cost you some games, both of you guys.
Well, he cost me a game last week when I picked the Bills, so
I got that too.
Yeah, man, it's all good.
I gotta pay the man his dues. But next we have an AFC East matchup between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots.
Jets.
I'm gonna make myself quick, especially since I dragged out last one. I'm just gonna go straight forward and say the Patriots.
I think it's a better game than you think, man.
I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying because I took a real long time getting to the point on the last game.
Oh no, I'm taking time. I'm just.
They've already played each other too, and the Jets lost pretty bad, but. I'm going to roll with the Patriots, although I will say out of the two teams, the Jets have the best one over the team we were just talking about, the Titans.
Yeah, with both receivers, but both of their receivers are out there. Had I known that, wouldn't have been
Jets?
able. Yeah, no, the Titans.
And
Julio and A.J. Brown was out.
And the only people the Patriots have beaten so far this year are the Jets and the Texans. Probably the two worst teams in football.
Well, just keep beating up on them. You can't. You can't.
Yeah, you got 2 games. You got 2 games against the Jets, guys. That's 2 free wins. I'm just letting you guys know. But DJ, let's get to your pick. I know you want to make it quick, and I'm assuming.
Of course, it's a Patriot. Well, not of course, a Patriot,
all right.
But not a.
You know what happens when you assume, though, right?
Yeah.
Make an ass out of you and me.
Oh,
but luckily, I didn't do that this time.
Why not?
Yeah, I'm not really intrigued by the game, and neither is DJ. And Chris is the only one that actually
I think it's gonna be a better game, man.
You make sure you watch that game instead of the Titans game.
Yeah,
we'll watch that
I'm
game.
I'm not saying I'll watch that. But you know what? Maybe if it comes close enough, it comes down to it, I might. towards the end of it, though. Not the whole thing, that's for sure.
Have all your fun, Chris.
Thanks, buddy.
Next, we have the Washington football team against the Green Bay Packers. And I did not load the graphic, so let me do that one more time. We have the Washington football team versus the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are unveiling their all-green uniforms this week.
Gross.
I know you guys are not a fan when I bring up uniforms, and you don't really care what they're wearing, but
I care.
I like it. I think it's cool.
We're not as into fashion as you are, Austin.
Dude, I am peak fashion, just wearing a Dolphins sweatshirt right now.
I can tell.
DJ's not wearing his Saints shirt. You probably didn't want me to expose him about that.
Oh, man, busy man today.
Open and did,
I'll wear some Heat gear tomorrow.
I had to throw out. Well, today was our first game.
This is Rockets Red. There we go.
No biter against the the Pistons, but you guys came out on top. Good job.
Yeah, Zach Levine, like 34. Let's go. Anyways, wrong sport.
Maybe we'll do a basketball podcast. What do you guys think?
We could definitely do it. Yeah. Speaking of which, Rockets are getting killed.
It's like a one. It was 56-74 last time I checked it.
It's like 108 to like 71 right now. Yeah. Anyways.
Besides the point. Yeah, we have
the Washington
football team versus the Green Bay Packers. Washington has just fallen off. They just have not been what they've been in the past.
Are they the most disappointing team in football this year?
I would probably say so. But it's more so for the defense. The defense had high expectations coming into the year, and then they're not delivering. So that's a quick reason why I'm going with the Packers. Can't go against Aaron Rodgers, guys. It's just plain and simple. You cannot do that. He's a bad
Plus, the quarterback that they kind of were hoping would be decent has been out, and Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, he got hurt the first week.
And to be honest, we didn't talk about it earlier, but Miami is also, I think, in the running as most disappointed. Two teams that were kind of in the running for it that are kind of like not doing well. It is a longer season, but I'm going to roll with Green Bay. Green Bay.
Dude, Chris is boiling.
I know.
He's boiling right now.
I forget what we were talking about earlier, but the Ravens, same thing, same record, lost the first game, won the next 5. So
yeah, they've been on the road since getting destroyed by this man.
I wasn't gonna say it. You know, I'm glad you said it for me.
Hey, and we were at the game, bro. Awesome. But yeah, I'm going with the Packers. You?
Yeah, I'm going with the Packers as well.
I'm picking the Packers as well. And
clean sweep, boys.
ISO me really quick.
You've been ISO.
Okay. Nation's capital. Please take the football team's defense out of the bunker and bring them back to the NFL so we can enjoy it. Please.
DJ. Yeah. I felt that in my bones, dude.
Yeah, that's how I feel watching them, dude.
Got political on us.
He called out the entire.
Bro, they play in Washington State. What are you talking about? I'm just kidding.
that only belongs to one NFL team, the Seattle Seahawks. But
Seabirds.
Talking about NFC West team, we have the Detroit Lions going to the Los Angeles Rams. And Jared Goff facing his former team, the team that drafted
He's hype.
First win of the season.
He's hype.
And then you also gotta say Matthew Stafford playing his former team as well. So like it's a double-edged sword. I mean, this is I think the first 4:00 game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
4:05. Yeah, it would have been better if this was in Detroit.
Yeah, I think it would have. But man, I mean, just.
Either way, they could play. They could play in Arizona, New Mexico, London. They can play in Canada. I'm still picking the Rams.
Rams are a good team. I'm going with the Rams too. Only one loss to the unbeaten Cardinals. It would be, even as a Bears fan, it would be cool to see the Lions win this one. I guess, but I don't know. They got some other games they might be able to win later on.
We can talk about them later on down the road.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you guys just for the mere fact that the Rams are going to win this one.
Yeah.
They're just the better team.
Offense, defense, special teams.
The one thing I think the Lions have in their favor is that the fact that Jared Goff can't not still understand the Lions offensive system.
Wow.
So he uses the wording from
the Rams.
LA.
Yeah.
So that definitely goes into the game plan. They're like, what's this? So he's been in the defensive meetings probably all week. They're gonna do this, do that, do that.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say the same thing for Stafford and the Lions. So it's just gonna be an interesting matchup. I think it's gonna be a lot closer than we think. But at the end of it, the Rams are gonna come out on top, probably by 10 points, I'd say.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Just in the nick of time, Steve sent in his lock of the week. So check in for his lock of the week of the Los Angeles Rams hosting the Detroit Lions.
Hey, I'm Steve Apillo, creator of NFLGamePicker.com, and this is my lock of the week for Week 7. I'm on the road this week, so there's a slight difference in scenery in the background. But that didn't stop me from taking a look at this week's matchups, and I'm pretty confident in picking the LA Rams this week to beat the Detroit Lions. I like Dan Campbell's team. They got a lot of promise. They probably shouldn't be winless. If anything, my Ravens should have lost to them, but Justin Tucker pulled off an absolute miracle. But sadly, I don't see that changing this week against this Rams team. They're playing really, really good football. So I'm going to have to go with the LA Rams for the lock of the week.
Move it along.
Move it along?
Yeah.
This one might be quick too, guys. We have the Philadelphia Eagles, and I, for some reason, put space between Phila and Delphia. See right there. Excuse that, but
hey, don't worry about it. We all make mistakes.
Yeah. It's good that I caught on to it now, but I can fix it.
It's always
the Eagles drafting Jalen Hurts.
It's always good to laugh at yourself. A little bit,
and you always got to point out your mistakes, so then other people don't make fun of you. All right. No, but I think this one actually might be more surprising than you guys think. The Eagles could probably win this game.
So you're picking the Eagles? Are you locking yourself on the Eagles?
I'm not locking it in, but
okay.
I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
I want to hear your guys' thoughts.
Go ahead, DJ.
Oh, well, I'm picking the Las Vegas Raiders. They showed that they're still locked into the team and everything. Like the outside distraction didn't really matter last week. Mm-hmm. And then you're playing a lesser opponent. No shade to Philly, but
a little shade.
Yeah, but
Aaron's gonna be so pissed.
Yeah, but I'm picking the Raiders.
I'm going with the Raiders as well.
Okay, you guys just keep making my decision easier.
Yeah, I mean the Raiders are decent. I just think they're better than the Eagles. I think the Eagles are not that great of a team. They have wins over teams that aren't that great either. I mean, Carolina's okay, but yeah, I'm going Raiders just because they're better.
In light of not having John Gruden around, the Raiders still managed to get a win last week, and that proves that they're still the team that was starting off the season well, and they can get on their ways without having him guide them. So that's definitely a plus because a lot of teams fold under that type of pressure, and it was good to see that the Raiders didn't, and then they go and face a Philadelphia Eagles team that I think is a lot more competitive than a lot of people give them credit for, especially Chris might not like this, but because of Jalen Hurts.
Well,
he keeps them competitive.
If you put a third quarter instead of the first to start the game, maybe the Eagles will play a complete game because they seem to be a second half team.
Yeah.
It happens.
Well, the interesting thing also about our picks and multiple is we picked Raiders, Broncos, not Chiefs. You picked Chiefs, DJ, but me and you. So if we're correct, Chiefs are going to have a little bit of a hole to dig themselves out of.
Yeah, and that's kind of been the story for them this season is that, they're not looking like the Chiefs of the old.
Why do you guys have to be correct, Chris? Why can't I be correct?
Because you're Mr. Perfection.
I said if.
Oh.
I didn't say when.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Chargers have a bye just to mention them what they're doing this week. But and they're in first place, so the Chiefs will be lonely there in last place if we're correct, man.
Poor Chiefs, man. Yeah. So lonely. For those of you guys listening, I did pick the Raiders, just for the mere fact that they've been the more consistent team, and the Eagles just haven't been very worthy enough to pick, I guess you can say, without being disrespectful about it.
That was definitely disrespectful.
Bro, they just haven't been winning games. Like I'm only picking the Dolphins because I'm biased, but aside from that, I would honestly probably wouldn't pick them every game. But Chris, I know you want to intro this one, so take it away. Take it away, Mr. Christopher Wright.
It's hard, man. It's hard to pick against your team, bro. But
let the people know what game we're talking about.
We're talking about the Bears at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Thank you.
Last year, though, however, interestingly enough, the Bears did beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who didn't go on to win the Super Bowl.
Can you tell the viewers who don't? Too, can you tell that we actually won the division? But can you tell the viewers at home what happened for the rest of that game for the people who don't watch?
Well, when Tom Brady forgot what down it was.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey,
you never know. You never know. We could have beaten them still, but we got the win nonetheless.
Yeah, win's a win. Yeah.
But I am gonna go with the Bucs just for the mere sake.
Oh my goodness!
I know.
Should we take down that blanket behind you?
What am I
God.
thinking?
Look at DJ, dude. He's
glasses work today?
What am I thinking?
I think you should get a
I
hearing
know.
aid, 'cause I think we're hearing stuff.
And
man.
watch.
I'm seeing. I don't know why I did my.
I'm
glasses.
taking the Bears. I'm taking the Bears and hope that
Wait.
me
So
not.
you're taking the
I'm
Bucks or
taking
the
the Bucks and hope that the
Oh my
Bears
God,
prove me
man.
wrong.
He's losing his marbles.
I know, man. It stinks. But
I'll just piggyback off of you. I'm picking the Buccaneers as well.
Ooh.
I think I wouldn't say I'm starting to hate them
I
more.
thought you were
But
me for a second, DJ. No, you
Oh.
continue going.
Oh,
I
no, yeah.
I put my name.
yeah,
but could the Bears be the one to take Tom Brady out of the game? Potentially.
Dude.
do me a favor.
Potentially.
do
Well,
me
for me, you guys would be like too many years,
too far ago.
And then Blaine Gabbert at the helms.
So
I don't know. But nah. Yeah, Bucks will probably win.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
No.
Dude,
Make up your
I
mind,
hope
Chris.
not.
I
hope
his
not.
heart,
Tom Brady
his
has
heart
losing
is
his mind.
his heart is pulling him back
Uh,
into Chicago. That's what it is.
Dude, Tom Brady literally
His
has
heart.
Chris
It's
losing
here,
his
too.
marbles
It's
right
here
now.
too, and I'm not even going. But yeah.
Well, it's not here. It's in Tampa.
Well, it's
but
in
yes,
Tampa.
It's
It's in
relatively
Florida.
close.
It's fairly close. Tampa's an hour away
two-
from us.
It's
you guys.
198 miles from here. You know what I'm saying?
Dude did the math.
No, I don't know. I'll look it up right now.
Nah, me driving, it take about an hour.
Myself included, like Chris, I would like the Bears to win this game, but realistically, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
84 miles away. That's pretty off.
You're
Really
double
miles
off. But yeah, I'm going Tampa as well. I just can't really compete with Tom Brady at this point.
Gotcha.
Especially when Justin Fields is not. I wouldn't say he's performing necessarily bad right now. I think he's performing better than he started off with, but then it's not working out right now. But we can move on to the next game. One of the undefeated teams in the NFL. We have the Arizona Cardinals
The only undefeated team.
hosting the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
Yes, the only undefeated team. I think we should make this one quick and easy and add points if you
Fairly
want. But
simple.
I think
1,
it's a
2,
clean
3.
sweep.
Texans.
Tex.
Yep, we're all going Texan, guys. Sorry,
You can take that to the bank.
bet the Texans money line right now.
Yeah.
Probably like plus like 500.
Speaking of the Texans, since
Real
we're
quick, guys, I'm joking around. We're all picking it.
They're like, oh, we're not watching these guys.
Yeah.
They don't know what
speaking of the Texans,
17 and a half.
since you wanted to spend
money
some
line
time
is-
on
Oh, no, they're 1,700, but it's 17 and a half. Spread.
what?
No, the money line's plus 900. Holy crap.
Oh.
Speaking of the Texans, did you see that it's been rumored that Sean Watson might be traded to the Dolphins within the week? It's been trending.
Yes.
Bro, he was talking
Literally,
about that.
literally every time I've opened up my phone today, which
Now, I'm not saying
I can count it
believe
on the amount of fingers on my hand 5 times, right? And those 5 times, each and every time, I saw a stupid thing saying Deshaun Watson trade rumors, Miami. That has to be the dumbest decision that the Dolphins can do. Yes, tremendous player. I know DJ. Look at the face DJ's giving you guys. Give it to the camera real quick.
He tied it at the buzzer.
I think the trade itself will be stupid. You're giving away possibly 2 to 3 first rounders, definitely 2 2s, and some 3s. That's a lot of draft capital to give for a player
Somebody
that
might not play.
Exactly, that might not play. And I saw this post on Twitter, and I 100% agree with it. Is us Dolphin fans, like, we appreciate character. And there's a picture of Tua after he got his first time ever playing in the NFL, and he sat and FaceTimed his family.
Yeah.
And then a screenshot of Deshaun Watson DMing a masseuse or whatever, and trying to entice her, right? So that's
Jeez.
yeah, it's totally flipped.
Apples
situation.
to oranges too.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
I want to think about it, but
Yeah, but I totally agree with that. I just for the mere fact, I just want someone that can play.
Yeah.
Looming over my head, we trade all those picks for what? A guy who's gonna probably get suspended.
But that's the thing. That's as of now. You said that you want to get a guy that you may not know can play. That's the allegation. Although that's some serious stuff. it just happened this year. Like up until then, you haven't. Deshaun Watson is the type of quarterback you would want on your team.
100%.
Now you're right. The asking price is a little crackheadish, if I could say so myself.
It's overpriced, yes. And not only that, just the amount of money the Dolphins would have to pay him in the contracts and stuff. And then you also already paying Tua a lot of money because he was a top 5 pick. Like, so that's just, I feel like a lot of money down the drain, a lot of draft capital down the drain. Yes, can Deshaun Watson, if you plug him in the Dolphins offense right now, and he can win you games and take you to the promised land, at least playoffs maybe, like, the possibility is there. But I'd rather put a stake in the ground and say Tua's my quarterback and let Tua play it out. In other news, more trade news, Zach Ertz got traded to Arizona Cardinals after Max Williams is out for the year off a knee injury. So I think that is a huge addition for this Arizona Cardinals team that is already 6-0. So I'm just a fan of that, and all the more reason why we should be picking Arizona Cardinals, which all 3 of us are. And
7-0, crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've heard of a better undefeated season before, but we'll keep moving.
Talking about when our parents were kids.
Probably some of our parents were kids.
Oh yeah, excuse me.
Some of our parents weren't even born yet, but that's cool. But next we have Sunday Night Football. We have the Indianapolis Colts at the San Francisco 49ers. DJ, how about you lead this one off?
I'm picking the Colts, my man. The Colts have looked impressive the last 2 weeks with Carson Wentz healthy back at the wheel, and their defense will get back to what we're hoping their defense will get back to where it was last year, because right now they're putting up they're giving up just as many yards as their offense is giving. So it's not a promising sight for them right now. But generally speaking,
I'm going to go with the Colts, but not because of Carson Wentz. That's for sure.
Carson Wentz has only thrown 1 interception this season.
Yeah, but he hasn't been playing good by any means either. I like the run game, what I've been seeing from the run game recently. I've watched a couple Colts games, as like a secondary game as I'm watching another game. So I've been paying attention to them a little bit here and there. And I've been liking Jonathan Taylor a lot. He hasn't had any huge. I think
he had a 150-yard game rushing last week.
I don't think it was last week, but I don't think.
Decent coming out of Wisconsin. He was the same type of player.
He was good in college too, so I'm gonna go with the Colts just for that reason. He had a 150-yard game the first week against the Texans.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you guys, and I think the Colts could win this game.
Yeah,
and it all comes down to the fact and Carson Wentz has already done a good job of this season, is protecting the ball. If they can protect the ball, there's no way that San Francisco wins this game, especially. Jimmy Garoppolo is still out, if I'm not mistaken.
Both quarterbacks are questionable.
Yeah, so that is not a good look, and it's funny saying that Carson Wentz is a more dependable, healthy quarterback coming into this game because he's
never thought
he's pretty much like the operation dog. So
I don't know if you could even say that. Honestly.
Never thought you would fix your lips to say such silly things.
Jeez,
silly words,
silly boy.
Yeah, I just the Colts have started getting on a roll, coincidentally after they beat the Dolphins. So they've just been looking good, and if they can keep on at it, then they can be kind of get back to what they were last year, like getting on that streak. And the defense, defense is going to have to help them out, though.
Yeah,
they're still in second place, so they might still make a push for the wild card potentially, maybe.
Nah, dude, AFC.
West is probably gonna have 3 teams.
NFC West. NFC West and then the AFC South.
What are you talking about?
Well, we were just talking about the AFC. South.
Yeah, I'm talking about the AFC West.
But no, he was saying the Colts could get a wild card, and I was like, nah, the AFC in general is pretty stacked.
True. Yeah, both Western conferences are pretty good.
But you never know. Maybe.
Yeah.
And then DJ, I know you're foaming at the mouth to call this game, so here you go.
You know what they say, y'all? They saved the best for last, and it couldn't be on a better occasion. We got Monday night, who dat, and the New Orleans Saints traveling to Seattle Washington, right? to play the Seahawks.
That is correct. Yes.
Aside from
who are you picking?
That's obvious. So we'll hold on real quick. This is the first game that Peyton and Eli returned to calling the
I've been missing them, bro.
I haven't watched them.
They haven't done it. They haven't done it for like the past 3 weeks. So it's cool to get them back, and you can see them do your Saints, and they're from New Orleans. So they're definitely gonna have some stuff to say about that. But go ahead, DJ. The floor is yours.
I'm picking the Saints, but if
there's
there's
something we didn't know.
well, first I'm not biased like you guys, but
I mean, your team
well, no, I did, but anyway, if there was a way to beat the Saints, it would be throwing the ball, because you're not going to run the ball against the Saints. They average less than 80 rushing yards a game. But
well, you're missing the biggest part too. No Russell Wilson.
Yeah, and then so yeah, I'm picking the Saints. But I was just saying, if there was a way to beat us, Geno Smith would definitely have to throw his way to a victory.
I don't see it happening.
And exactly. So picking the Saints.
For those reasons, I'm also going with the Saints. This game probably would have been a little bit better if both teams were both healthy all the way. So when they picked it on Monday night, it definitely probably it looked good at the beginning of the year, but right now I don't think it's going to be that great of a game. I think Saints are probably going to win pretty easily.
Yeah, that being said, having no Russell Wilson is a big factor in my decision, and even though Geno Smith did help lead the Seahawks to at least get into overtime and have a decent game, he was sacked a lot, and I'm pretty sure that's something that your Saints team can do to him as well. And he got sacked 5 times for a loss of 44 yards, and that definitely hurts a team when you're forcing overtime. If you take 44 of those yards back, could be touchdowns, could be field goals. So it's definitely something not to scoff at. So if the Saints can replicate that type of pressure, then definitely the Saints can win this game, and that's why I'm picking them.
Yeah, Seattle's defense has kind of been bad this year. I mean, they've not kind of. They've been bad, and the offensive line's a little bit banged up. So I think you gotta pick the Saints for sure.
DJ, any last final words about your Saints?
Oh man, just looking forward to everybody getting to see what I see week in and week out. You never know what you're gonna get with Jameis Winston. I thought that was a myth around the way, but that's definitely true. So just stay tuned.
Being very mythical, it could be very magical.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, it could be very good or it could be very bad.
Turnover one play, and then a 74-yard bomb the next play. You never know with this guy. You literally never know with this guy.
Man. But that pretty much wraps it up for week 7. Any other words, any final words before we end the show?
Lucky number 7. Hopefully it's a good week. Yeah,
me too.
Yeah.
Hopefully I get a good week.
Yeah, no more school, so
I was about to get to that.
Yeah, we just finished our last classes, so I guess we are gonna be free.
Gotta miss you guys on campus. Gotta miss
you. Feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels good. DJ was here earlier when I was doing the final things, submitting all of my final stuff, and it definitely is a relief once I quit that.
Yeah, he pressed it like this too. He said, "No, I'm playing. I'm playing, y'all."
But I definitely let out a big sigh of relief after it happened, just because this school that we go to is definitely not one that it's for someone who is lackadaisical and doesn't
you can't just really you can't just coast by.
Yeah, you definitely gotta be on your stuff, and definitely the work is asked out of you each and every week.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to that, it's very highly stressful, but it's so relieving once you get things done. Yeah, exactly. So now we can officially say that we're doing school. It's all more the honor.
That being said, though, it was a lot of fun. And I enjoyed it a lot.
And it led me to these two awesome guys, Chris and DJ. So I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah, for sure.
But that pretty much wraps up week 7. Let us know what you guys think.
Let's go.
It's been a fun one, guys. We'll see you guys next week.